for this semi-final matchup that we're going to have here. So off we go. What's the agents going to be? What we got going here?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see because I mean, we saw before Las Vegas Inferno where they had Sage that was used, which we thought was a really good pick. But right now, it doesn't even look like that's going to be at all the case because right now, Roosters, they're going to be pulling through with Arena. They have the Cypher, they got the Rays, their Sova, and now just waiting to see if it will be Neprix that is going to be going for that Omen player, which I would imagine because you need to have a bit of utility and also the paranoia is just unmatched at this point. But let's talk a little bit about big frames here, Couple. Walk us through it.
For what I'm looking at here for big frames, and we're talking about big fraggers here, let's go through the roster and see some names. Maybe that ring a bell for you. You've got Nerfed, you've got a Koala Noob, you've got Crow Cells, Inox, SVL, and Atlas. SVL, if you've not seen him play before, I'm going to say he's a potential MVP for this matchup. I'm going to be bold with my 2021 call out, so be confident in my knowledge of the game. Please feel free to flame me if this does not pay out. But SVL, I think, is going to be the one to watch for big frames this game.
Ooh, big statements. And I mean, I actually was going to go the opposite. So I was going to stay on the same team, but I was going to say Koala Noob has definitely been a
Okay.
big eye catcher for me. And I remember he made a transition from Counter Strike, and he's definitely been making some big statistics so far at VSS as well as other tournaments. But we'll have to see. I mean, not taking anything away from Roosters. Like I said, I think this is going to feel like a grand final. But just to not give any confusion, we are here on the semifinals on Bind. So we'll be that best of one once more before we transition ourselves all to the way to the very end.
I do believe I have seen Neprix in battle before as well. Pretty good aimer himself, but a lot of the names for that team, not names that I'm familiar with. If you are, chuck it in the chat. Let us know what kind of players are we going to be seeing in the server today. And it's funny, two players that we've chosen on the side of big frames. Are they going to be stepping up for the game? This one, we are again once more onto Bind, as you will see. Roosters looking like maybe they're going for that Las Vegas Inferno style push on Cat. They've got 3 players. They've got 4 players at Catwalk class.
Oh, yeah. So it looks like they might just put full speed ahead. They're going to be pushing on through, but Trisk actually going to be pushing right on through, but that's going to be the frenzies that are going to be used. But Cryocells actually putting the classic to work, picking up a double, looking to make a triple, and he's going to be able to make that happen. Big frames making big statements already in that pistol round. And Roosters, they go for the risk. There's been no reward so much. Now it's just down to Shora by themselves, and that's going to be that. SVL capitalizing that last frag, but a very quick and easy round here for the attacking side.
So either of our callouts might be coming to fruition now for the first round like that. Cryo sells, and he's going to be trumping all of us, including his teammates. 3 frags for him, frag for SVL, and 4 Koala Noobs. So everyone chiming in early. Those 2 duelists getting straight into the thick of things and making it show in the semi-finals. Big frames, round number 1. On the attack as well, it's got to feel good. Yeah, get that pistol round out the way and say, okay, a couple of rounds in the bag here. Let's see what we got.
Gonna be pushing on through. Koala Noob gonna be that entry, putting that jet, gonna be dashing on through, gets the spray. It's a little bit greasy, but you know what? It'll do. So they're gonna be able to push on through this A site very quickly. Roosters gonna be coming through the back of short A to see what they can find. The Spike actually gonna be repositioning himself. Inox gonna go for the plant now. So not much investment here from Roosters, of course, but they're just looking to see damage as much as possible. But that damage is going against the Roosters, and Cryocells now picking up a triple, looking to see, can he maybe make it a 4th? But it will be Trisk to fall, and SVL picking up that last frag twice in a row.
Flawless, not once, but twice coming out for big frames. Cryocells doubling up. He does not want us to get that call out correct for the semi-final MVP, lads. He heard out, he's like, no, guys, it's on me. I've got 6 frags. I'm going for a 30 bomb.
I got to get all the frags I need, boys. I need to make that big highlight reel. And Cryocells, I'm already leading the charge with 6-0. I mean, that's big numbers, but now we'll have to wait another round. As you can see, Roosters, I don't think they really... they put all the money into this round. You can see the Phantoms on the board, big frames, still have the Spectres, still have the Stingers, I believe. They haven't had to put too much investment into this. So let's see what damage they can do so far.
Sure up. Of info on the observation station, but Koala Noob, you spoke of his talent. Yeah, speaking of his aggression, what's he doing? He's poking around and he's not scared at all. Duelist by name and by nature.
Big frames, I mean, they've just been able to sink their teeth right into the site. very quickly on. I mean, they're making big statements with big aggression plays. Now, Inox going to be using the aftershock, going to be holding the tight angle, but he's actually going to get caught by the paranoia. He almost lands that frag, but Trisk going to win that duel, win that exchange. Nerf's going to be pushed back a little bit longer in the back of Hookah, and now he can find the right timing. There's 3 players that are close by. 2 of them are going to be nearby, but Shora somehow makes that frag, and that's going to be actually the spam. And Nerf, he's trying to make something work, but he's not able to, and it's a 2-on-2 situation, and now just making it all down to 1. Netflix by himself with 1. Can he land the second? No. Cryocells keeps the frags going, keeps that statistic going longer. And boy, oh boy, Big Frames, they pull on through.
Bold, valiant effort there from Roosters, coming so close to that one-on-one and definitely earning their spot in the semis. You can see it with the talent in that round there as well. 3-0. Big Frames are going to be starting to get a little bit of the lead here. The Shiko, as we call it, the Sheriff Eco, if I'm wondering what the heck we're banging on about when we talk about that, is happening right now. 3 Sheriffs, 2 Stingers on the menu for Roosters. Don't count them out, though. They've got this far, I'm sure, on many an Eco. Shiko, for that matter.
Love those Shikos. But even now, they get the orb. SPL getting a little bit closer to using that ult. No ults available yet, of course. Still early on. 3-0 is the score. You can see Netberg's going to be holding the paranoia, deciding where to burn it. Where does he want to use it? But Koala Noob going to get caught with the cyber cage, so not really have a lot of control. SPL does find one. Kraussel is able to find another, so already looking problematic here for the Roosters. And that's going to be banned, taken down to 11 HP, not able to use any abilities to get that heal back. But Netbergs does find one with a stinger. That's only going to be that so far, and already now just leaving it to Flavor. And let's hope this is a good Flavor, because he's going to need to pick up 4.
It's going to need to be Neapolitan, isn't it? All the flavors in one. And a Sheriff, I don't know if he's good enough to get it done there. Inox making it happen. And Cryo Cells, let's have a look at the scoreboard, if you would not mind, Big Boss. What we got here? 11 frags. He's not died yet. He's not been fragged, lads. What's he doing?
You know, like we said, just getting, trying to make that big video, trying to make the big frag collection, you know, like, hey guys, remember that one time when I dropped, you know, 11-0 against Roosters?
30-0. He's going for it at this rate. He's got like a 3K, I think. 3 out of the 4 rounds here, if my math's correct. Yep. Just about. You did hit the cogs, put the WD-40 on it. A couple of 3Ks and a 2K to his name so far. And there's only been 4 rounds. So, plenty of time yet for him to do anything. As for that matter, no time for Roosters to do something as well. Talking of that, gonna crack things open.
Oh my goodness, and that's going to be the ult used from SBL. He puts the showstopper, lands on the Flavor. So now, 3-on-3 situation. Spike already making itself in towards that B site. Ban able to get some information, goes for the dismiss. Able to swing back out. Going to be using the Leer, trying to find a way, but going to be spraying through. And now it's just 2 remaining players here for Big Frames, and the location is given away for Koala Noob. So now all the pressure down to Nerf. He's able to pick up one, almost able to pick the second, but Trisk takes him down. So Roosters, they finally pull themselves around, get the defuse, and they have 2 ultimates available to transition into this next round.
And there it is. So we talked of, you've reached a semi-final for a reason. You did see a one-on-one a couple of rounds ago, and back in business they are. Off that big 0. You talk of getting to double figures, but getting off the 0, regardless of when it is, it's that breath of fresh air, like, okay, I'm good to go now, ready to strike out my opponent, and the full buy for both teams is going to commence. For Roosters, though, you're going to see some light armor for knee pricks, so not ideal, but forcing in. He wants that Phantom. He doesn't want to sacrifice and go for the Spectre.
Gonna be playing it a little bit more safe. Nox is going to be the breach, so he does have his ult available, so 2 going to be available for the attacking side. The Rolling Thunder, do they want to use it at this moment? But you can even see Rooster's Omen. He's already pushed up onto short. He might be able to find this frag. He might be able to take the spike down if Inox is not careful enough. There's a lot of possession here. Netbricks, this is good real estate. This is a lot of good information, and none of the Big Frames players, I don't think they're aware of this.
I don't think they are at all. And if you can capitalize and put this into action, this could be a game changer. We need to see these kind of game-changing plays at this point. Cryocells just having a little peek, but I don't think he's going to be able to tell his teammates
Oh
with
my
this one.
goodness, look at that one, but not able to get the second. Inox does get that trade. That could have been so big for Roosters, but that is still going to be big because they get that information. They know the spike is near there. So Ban going to use the Empress, but SVL just a better fragger because he's now able to pick up two big frags, now leaving it to only two members of Roosters by themselves. They're going to be running, but they're not looking like they want to invest into this. They're just going to be hanging out outside a garden, and they're just going to save these rifles and try to put something through next round.
Two big frags for the big frames from SVL, and that's right, two lonely players here for Roosters. No cockadoodle-doos right now, saving those for a better round and trying to save those weapons as well. Wonder if they're going to be on the hunt, though.
Out of charges.
I mean, the hunt is useful if you have the money build up, and I mean, I'm not too sure what Big Frames has got in that economy at this moment. We can definitely, if we can take a quick look on from our spectating and production, we can see if it is going to be worth it. But you can see SVL is creeping on through, looking like the one member that's going to try to go for this. But Showa does have that camera in a good placement, not going to be able to find anything at all. And it is a gamble going for the hunt because it does burn that economy, but a good play that comes through from Roosters to be able to save it and use that investment into this next round, because we can see Trisk might just try to go for the force and work around it, as well as his teammates just to force up, but it looks like they might just go for the pistol buy and try their best on a safe note to work around those Phantoms.
And that's it. A smart play using the big brain rather than just going in with the big guns. Okay, we're going to click some heads. Nope, not always the play, and playing safe. You've got some time. It's still early in that first half, about halfway through. Recovery is possible. You've seen it last round, last game, I should say, 10-2 to a 13-11, I think it was, for final score.
Oh my goodness, that is such a big play. I mean, Koala able to pick up an easy first frag because I believe that was Inox that used the fault line that was able to get the stun against the player that was hanging out the Reyna inside of Elbow. So now he's been able to transition himself up close and towards Connector and Roosters. Back to the same situation we go. Two remaining players, and they already lost so quickly. Big Frames, they've been putting a lot of aggression into this game so far, and very quick rounds. They really just don't seem to let off the gas.
You know, not to be BM or disrespectful at all, but it feels like a bit of a speed run for Big Frames here. They literally haven't stopped holding W. Look at this. They're going up towards the spawn. They're not giving them any chance to do anything. We're going to have a 3K coming out there from Nerfed. Nerf him already, because the whole team, they're performing exceedingly well. And we talked of it in the first game, or the game we just had there for the Las Vegas Inferno. They didn't give much of a chance for EZ5 to respond in that first half, and that was what really caused so much havoc. And Big Frames repeating exactly the same kind of pattern. They're just pummeling their opponent, bullying them into their spawn, and it's not giving them any chance to do anything.
Yeah, they've been quite tenacious, and I mean, that's the thing. Like, we saw before in that first, or the last game, my apologies, with Las Vegas Inferno, like you said, they had such a good first half, and then it just seemed to completely fall apart that second half. So Big Frames right now at this moment, they look like they're on that similar path where they're just showing dominance and just pushing on through, and Roosters not giving Roosters any room at all for work. We'll have to see if they can keep it going. They're gonna have to have all those gears working. Right now, it looks like Koala is able to take down Flavor. Flavor just not able to find any opening at all. And now it's going to be Trix just holding the elbow. Look at this SVL trying to find that Reyna, but Ban just playing a bit of a troll moment. But he's going to get taken down. A 4-on-3 situation. Spike does finally get planted.
He's gonna indeed, and 4 versus 3 Roosters. Still in this one. Got the weaponry to do it. But are they going to have the positions to entry? I1 nerfed, grabbing 1. Roosters diminishing opportunities and chances here. It's 4 versus 2.
And now just making it the last two. Nerfed and Inox going to be taking down the 2 remaining Roosters. The 2 that got loose out of the cage. Now, Big Frames 7-1. And the money, it's not looking good here for Roosters. We're going to see, I already saw a stinger on their hands. I think they're just going to be going again for the Shiko buy, trying to make work of what they can. And this is what happened last game. The economy side was just completely all over the map, just not able to get their money in order. And right now, Big Frames, they're laughing.
No prisoners.
Someone get a financial advisor for Roosters. But truthfully, even if they had that, that wouldn't help. It's just outposts here from Big Frames, and we've talked of this time and time again. You've seen it there, Koala Noob. He's literally been 0.5 seconds into the game and into the round, already got a headshot. That's the kind of thing that Roosters are having to deal with here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're really just putting the pressure on them as much as possible. And it just seems like we're already at a minute and 20, and it's already a 2v now 3 situation. Trisk does land a cheeky little one tap with that Sheriff. Neprik's going to have the Phantom, no armor, already down to 72 HP, but he's going to be able to take down Cryocells, and Cryocells has been on top of the scoreboard so far. A 1-on-2 situation. Spike is going to be planted at A, but now it's going to be him working the time. Got 11 bullets, not even going to go for the reload, but right now, Big Frames, they're actually playing in the back all the way towards spawn. You can see this. They're near the rafters on the A tower, my apologies, and also in the connectors. So this makes it a lot more difficult for Netbricks to find an opening.
Does it ever? Netbricks, you can't miss, mate. 32 HP, he's getting an inkling of that and trying to go for the escape through the TP. SBL's like, dude, get back here. Get your ass back in this server. We are not going to be letting you escape. Guns are going to be coming to this one, though. The full buy across the board with Vandals and Phantoms. Don't see an Operator, though. Don't see an Operator in the mix. Not necessary. Performing very well. Big Frames are with the standard rifles.
Yeah, and that's, you know, even the one thing I was kind of noticing as well as Netbricks, like, I was wondering if he was going to use his ultimate to save that rifle. Did he want to burn it? I mean, the Omen ult is so interesting because you can use it for information, but at that point, did he want to use it? Because that's such a hard transfer to go into the teleport, and you can see SVL is just easy picking for him. But either way, will not matter at this point.
It's that last, you can see the finish line, right? You can see the team like, I've just got like 2 meters to get, and he's going to be denied that opportunity. You can't be making those plays or misplays. We need those saves and weapons. Still able to get the full buy will be Roosters, though. I asked, guys, what's missing here for Roosters? What's going on?
It just really seems like Big Frames are really just out-fragging them completely. It's almost like another level. And right now, Roosters are just not able to reply to this aggression. And I mean, the one thing that's also scary to know, too, is there's 4 ultimates available for Big Frames. They're up 8-1. They got 4 ults. Oh, goodness.
It's intimidating to say the least, isn't it? Roosters have made some good plays. They have got around. They've had a couple of one-on-ones, too. So great efforts have been made. But sometimes another team's just on another level. And Big Frames right now, talk to the speed run, they're just all over the place.
Look at this now. They're going for the long rotate, but Nerf's going to be finding one, trying to look for more. Oh my goodness! 1, 2, and 3, or that's going to be only 2. My apologies, but either way, he's taking them down like bowling pins, and now it's going to be Inox just trying a little bit more utility to burn. That aftershock just throws even more of a thorn, and that's Inox going for the big frag, and he's trying to find more, and that's a big cleanup for the Big Frames.
Absolutely filthy. Get the Lysol wipes. Get the bleach, clean yourself up because your hands are dirty from those frags. That wall bang, absolutely nasty. 9-1's the score. So this is looking awfully familiar to the Las Vegas Inferno Easy 5 game that we just were able to cast. And if you weren't present for that one, let us give you the scoop. It was 10-2 at the half, and that team was able to come back from 2 rounds to a 13-11, 13-10 victory. Roosters, are they going to be able to repeat the same? Now's the time.
It's time to strike. It's definitely going to be now. Roosters, they need to change the game plan. Whatever they're doing is just not working in Big Frames. They're running on the biggest amount of confidence, and they're just going through any area they want. They can just sink their teeth right into it with no sort of retaliation back. And finally, we see the opening frag actually goes in favor for Roosters. Ban going to be starting things off. They're actually going to be able to push on through bathroom, so they might be able to find the Sova in the back. Crowcell is just holding a different angle. He might not be expecting this. Oh, but that's going to be a good cleanup now, leaving it just to 2 remaining members. So Roosters have now made this very interesting, a 5-on-2 situation. Inox trying to make something work with that off, picking up 1. So now it's coming down to a 3-on-2. The Paranoia connects onto him, but it's still SVL just picking up frag after frag. And it's all just come down to a 2v2 situation. But Flavor, he finds the reload, and Ban able to land the nail to the coffin. They finally retaliate back with something, making it 9-2.
So that 10-2, that 10-2 possibility, the repeat of history from last game, I feel like we've actually been taken back in time for what it's worth. Very doable right now. Big Frames, obviously, you talked about the ults, lads. They've got bags full of ults. They've got so much economy. The options are theirs to how they want to execute this round here. Speaking of that, though, on the Roosters side of talking of economy, a Bulldog was something on the table. a Bulldog and a Judge. So not ideal, but they do have the operator from the mix. That can make the difference.
Yeah, and this is going to be that last round. So, I mean, you got to put everything on the line and all the money as much as possible on the board. And Roosters, they desperately need this round. Just brings things back into that second half. But right now, Big Frames, we'll have to see if they can keep this aggression and those big frags working. That's going to be the flash that's going to be used from the breach. So they're going to be able to get some real estate. Nerfed able to take down Trisk. And that's just going to be a wide peak that comes in but doesn't pan out. SBL puts the showstopper against Shora. And now it's just a cleanup again. A flawless round of Big Frames. They make it look so easy.
I got no words. I got no words for it like that. You go from losing the game or losing a round to saying, actually, we've got money, pulling more tricks up our sleeve in our hat and pulling out all of the rabbits and all the handkerchiefs, everything they have left for that attack inside. It's 10-2. The script has been flipped. What's going to happen for this one? Roosters, you've got all to play for here. And it needs to happen now. Double figures for your opponent at that half. How it worked for the previous game, Easy 5, they were on that 10-2. They had the 2 rounds, and what they do, they won pistol, and they pretty much won out from there. Roosters, you've got to do exactly the same, my friends.
Monumental task at hand here for the Roosters. Going to be switching things off, so now they're going to be in the attacking side. They need to pick up this pistol, and that's going to be the exchanges already coming through the bathroom. But Koala Noob going to be going frenzy as he's able to take down 2, and look at this, able to get 3, and all of a sudden we're back to what we already know, the same storyline, a 2vx situation for Roosters, and they're completely stuck. They're all the way pushed back. And now it's Trisk all by himself. And look at this. They're just trying to help Koala get this frag. And Koala's running as fast as possible. And SBL just playing a bit of a bait and switch. And Koala running as fast as possible to see if he can get this ace. And he's going to not be able to. Cryo takes it away from him. Oh, man, the BM. That's just so savage.
Absolutely Team Savage. Hey, here's my ace. Save it for me. No, it's mine, mate. You can hear all the laughs coming from the team comms there. You can hear it already. No, denied. Absolutely denied. 11-2, Roosters not able to pick up that pistol. And I'm worried. I'm concerned for them now. They're forced into a stinger buy with light armor. They're taking on Spectres. They're outgunned. They've got no rounds in their favor. This is a must win. This really is a must win if they want to start building some economy.
Yeah, it's a time to strike, and like I said, it was a big 4 that last round. It was quite a few rounds ago, but now Roosters, they need to pull all tricks out of their sleeve. They need to find something, because right at this moment, Big Frames looking like they might be able to take a big victory. And right now, it is going to be going back to the 4-4, so Kraussel is able to equalize the situation back. Roosters already going to be having their raise quite low, but actually Ban taking some damage, but the heal will come through, so a little bit of a teeter-totter because now the frags are just going back and forth. And Cryo still keeping that gas onto Long B. Going to be holding the ground, but actually it's going to be an A hit that's coming in from Roosters. Nerfed. He's caught right at the wrong second, but he's going for the one. Going almost for the second. He's not able to get the Spectre to do the full amount of damage, but it does a significant amount. Down to 15 for the Sova.
2-on-2. Sova breach. First that Sova Cypher setup. Roosters in probably a tough position here. Definitely a tough position. And Cryocells, you talked about him, and he's going to be highlighted there. The 3K for him, excellent positioning, and just waiting in gardens. He's the gardener. Didn't know he was there. He's coming up the shrubbery, and it's 12-2. Match point here for Big Frames. Roosters, quite frankly, let's be honest, we've not seen much from them in the terms of frags all round in quite a while here. And if you've seen that from the spectator side, you've got to know that the players in the server, they're feeling the burn of that one right now. It's a semi-final. They know they've got to start putting rounds on the board. And really, at this point, it's got to be all but closed out.
Revealing area.
Yeah, we're talking about the very, very end point pretty much that we're out of the tournament. We're at the semifinals. Of course, the next stage will be the grand. So, I mean, this is kind of putting all things down to the wire. And it looks like Roosters, they might have just used all the gas they had left. I was in the tank, and I mean, Big Frames trying to see if they can pick up another big win. Like we said before, they've been able to take 2 victories here at VSS, whereas as well as Roosters recently, but right now it just looks like a little bit more deflated on their end and just getting a little bit outclassed here from the Big Frame squad.
No shame in it. No shame in it at all. Roosters have put some frags on the board. They have made some sick plays as well, but Big Frames have been absolutely a formidable force to come against. Talk of that. Trisk is still in it to win it, right into the last minute, grabbing one frag. Being traded out will be banned, and it's back to the 4-on-4. Lots of damage though. On Flitz on big frames. This could be a round that Roosters could capitalize on. Speaking too soon though, back to the 4 versus 3. Big frames back at the advantage.
Yeah, two players are very, very low, but Cryo Cells, he gets that frag against Trisk. He did a lot of hesitation. He looked like he was going to look away, and he just had the wrong opportunity, the wrong read. And now, two remaining players, Shora and also the Omen, going to be the last two. 15 seconds remaining. Big frames. They have the lockdown on the site, but now it's just going to be a matter of them getting this plant down. They're going to go for the plant inside the 2, but that's going to be the Hunter's Fury that's now going to be used from Big Frames, and that's the Y-Pick coming in, or Y-Peak coming in from Neprix, and now that should be that. Big Frames are going to be able to take this game 13-2, making themselves advance to the grand finals.
So that's the opposite of what we saw in the quarterfinals there. We saw the absolute reverse sweep comeback, but from what we saw there, that was an absolute bulldoze coming through there from the guys at Big Frames. SVL, Cryocells, and everyone on that team, what a performance. Flying them through to the grand finals, lads. I can't even speak. What on earth?
I'm really looking forward to seeing who the MVP is going to be, because I think almost every single player on Big Frames were doing significant impact and damage and everything. I mean, I know Koala Noob was doing very well in the very early on stages, but I know a few other of the members as well started really picking things apart. SVL just finding these frags out of nowhere, like these doubles and almost triples every single time. So what a huge, huge victory, considering now you're pushing yourselves to the grand finals, but the MVP will be nerfed. Actually going to be
Nerfed, all right.
17-8 with a combat score of 354. So definitely a very high statistics, and congrats for him on the match MVP for this game.
And that goes to show you, don't have to be a duelist to be getting all that combat score. And as you'll see, lots of frags on the side of Big Frames. Roosters still able to chime in, but not able to get the win. GG no for that one. And we're going to be going forward into the grand spanking finals. Who's it going to be performing in that one? You have to wait to find out. Stick with us. We're right back after break. Grab a drink, grab whatever you need, and we're back with the business.